What is an abracadoodad? Well, an abracadoodad is a magical yet functional object. It's also fun to say. Give it a shot. Abracadoodad. It's fun, right? Okay. It's a little easier to show you what I'm talking about than to explain it to you. Some of you may have seen some of the projects I'm going to go through quickly, but I made some really cool videos during the pandemic that I want to share. So if you'll indulge me as I do my best Troy McClure. Hi, I'm Adam Rubin. You may remember me from such abracadoodads as the Duck and Bunny Salt Shakers, salt and pepper shakers. Yeah. This is based on an illusion from 1892 is the earliest example of this ambiguous figure that I could find. Should be some sound on this, but that's okay. You may remember the Lesmore bowls, which is a version of the Jastrow illusion made functional into snack bowls. Maybe we're hearing any sound? No, it's okay. Or Quantos Puros, which is a geometric redistribution puzzle styled to look like a photorealistic ashtray full of cigars. It can either show 6, 7, or 8 cigars. Tim Rowett featured this sculpture on his channel, and he said it was his best toy in the past 5 years, and I nearly fainted with joy. It was, forget about the New York Times list, that was like one of the proudest moments of my life. So this was my ceramics period. Let's go on to the new stuff. I don't know if this is going to have sound or not. I guess we'll find out. But let me start with some tasty recreational mathematics. Oh, good. So what I try to do, and I'm sure you can all see where this is going already, but what I try to do is simplify the design to the point that someone could perform this trick for themselves without realizing what they were doing. And this is made of real, edible, delicious dark chocolate. I have a couple with me if you want to try them in the lobby. And that's the bonus chocolate. You get a little extra piece when you rearrange the chocolate. Thank you. I will also mention it's available at artofplay.com if you're interested, or follow us on Instagram. So this next thing was inspired originally when I first visited Mark Sutter Ducati, saw his incredible collection. In that collection were Harry Ang bottles, and I wanted to make, or try to make, a functional impossible bottle. I don't know if there's ever been a functional impossible bottle before. Let's say this is the first. Nick Baxter, come and correct me later if I'm wrong. Drama. Don't want to drop it, that would be. Hooah! This is the dice bottle. These are 2 regulation casino die, 6-sided dice. So even though they are stuck in this bottle, this functions as a real dice shaker with 2 6-sided true die. And I know it's a little hard to appreciate, so you can hear that sound. It's a little hard to appreciate just how small that top part is and just how smooth that bottom and side part is. I'll have this also in the lobby if you want to take a little bit of a closer look at this impossible bottle. I really enjoyed Mark Burstein's talk about children's literature. In my other life, I write books for kids. Some of you may have heard of Those Darn Squirrels. Robo Sauce, I gave a presentation, turns into a robot, folds out. Dragons Love Tacos, has anybody read that book? Thank you. Isn't it weird that the guy who wrote Dragons Love Tacos, like if this is the first time you've never met me in this context, you're like, the guy that wrote Dragons Love Tacos is at the Gathering for Garden? That's weird. And it's weird for me too, I want to point that out. But my newest book is for slightly older kids, and it's called The Ice Cream Machine. Thank you for mentioning, Jim. It made the #1 spot on the New York Times bestseller list, which is very exciting. But what's more exciting is what's to come with this book, because you may notice it's a little longer than a picture book. This is for a slightly older reader. And the title of the book is The Ice Cream Machine. And what's inside the book is 6 different stories, totally different characters, different settings, different genres, even with different illustrators. But all of those stories started with the same title, which is The Ice Cream Machine, the same title as the book. And the reason I did this is because after 10 years of telling kids, hey, reading is fun, going around the country and telling lots of kids reading is fun, I wanted to try to convince them that writing is magic. And so at the end of the book, there's an invitation for the reader to write their own version of The Ice Cream Machine. And to give them a little extra incentive, I've included my address so that they can send me whatever they come up with. And I'm hoping to receive a lot of different letters. I've already received a bunch of stories already. If I get enough good stories by the end of this school year, I'm going to put the 6 best stories in the paperback edition of The Ice Cream Machine. which means that a bunch of 9, 10, 11, 12-year-old kids will be published authors in a New York Times bestselling book, which is pretty freaking cool. And the reason I bring this up is because the publisher, there's a puzzle hidden in this book. I won't tell you exactly what it is. There's some connections between all the stories that you've got to find. The publisher really wanted there to be a dust jacket, which to me is like instant garbage. So I wanted to try to figure out a way to make the dust jacket a little fun and surprising. So if they don't have an envelope around to send me the story, there is actually an envelope hiding underneath the dust jacket. They fold it inside out, put their story inside, and it's already addressed to me. So that's a fun little thing. Okay, and I know I'm getting close to the end here, but I just want to mention quickly what is in the gift exchange. This is a mind-reading color wheel called the Guess-O-Matic. I designed it with Kelly Anderson. This is a mind-reading trick. Imagine if, like, Max Maven had a baby with a rotary telephone. That's what this is kind of going. There's some, you'll put it together, you see the video, there's a QR code on the giveaway, and sadly, I have to leave early tomorrow morning. I'd love to chat with all of you, but I do have a request, selfishly, since I'm in a room with so many smart people. If anybody has any expertise on optimizing propellers, I would love to chat with you. Anyone that knows about aerodynamics, that would be fantastic. To chit-chat, please come find me, try some chocolate, check out the book, and it was wonderful to be here. Thank you so much.